It's about the Big Show. I've just come to this conclusion, guys. It's just over the last months, since WrestleMania, I've just been feeling Big Show personally just doesn't have it anymore. You know, it just clicked to me when he became IC champion. It's like nothing. I feel absolutely nothing with you anymore. When he turns heel, nothing. I know he's doing a good job as a heel, but I'm like, I got nothing from you no more. When he's wrestling, I barely feel that. I'm not connecting with him anymore. I just feel like Big Show overall, whether he's trying or whether he's not trying anymore, he's lost it. I think he's lost that flair, that giant feel. He doesn't feel like a giant anymore, like a presence, like, oh God, here comes the Big Show run. No, it's Big Show.
Big Show hasn't been intimidating since he was the Giant. I'm just going to put that out there.
And I just want to bring this question to you guys. Do you think he should do something to change himself? You think he should change his gears? You think he should be more dominant? You think he should be more silent? You think he should do something to become more of a giant? Or do you think it's time for him to hang it up? Spaz, I pose this question to you first. How do you feel?
It would be very, very hard at this point for me to legitimately give a shit about the Big Show. The change that would need to happen, unfortunately, is not entirely in his control. The change that would need to happen, and I'm going to try and explain this in a way that doesn't make me sound like a Class A retard, WWE needs to challenge the Big Show. Big Show's not going to be invested in what he's doing if there's no challenge there. And right now, to do what he's doing, all he has to do is show up and be big. And he can do that in his sleep. So on the one hand, he's boring as hell, but on the other hand, like, what is there to challenge him? Like, people show up in front of him and he punches them in the face, or he gets really close to them and says, look, my fist is bigger than your head, or whatever. The one thing I will say that he's done in the past little while, his promos have been slightly better, but I know that the ring work isn't going to back it up, so the promos don't carry any weight. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
See, CM Punk, like, he's the opposite of CM Punk. CM Punk proved himself to me in the ring first, so that when he started talking about himself, cutting great promos, I knew that what he was saying was true. I could listen to a CM Punk promo, listen to him say that he's the best in the world, and in the back of my mind, I know, because I've seen it. The only thing in-ring Big Show does that's cool recently is he has adapted himself his own really awesome version of the spear, which does look like an Ender of Worlds, and I will give him entire credit for that, because somebody that big pulling off a simplistic move like that and making it look effective is a cool thing to do, and like I said, he deserves a pat on the back for that, or, you know, pat on the shoulder or whatever. But if I'm tuning in to watch you spear people, and I can watch the last 5 seconds of your match and that's all I want to see, that's not enough to make me care. So they have to do enough, or they have to hand him enough that he'll have to work harder so that he looks like he cares, so that I can care. And that's a long journey, and I don't think he's got enough time left in his career to make that journey.
Right. Kira, how do you feel about the Big Show? Think he should change his gears or retire?
And this is no offense to Big Show. I think he needs to retire. Because at this point, you know, he's been here a while. It's much like The Undertaker. He's changed his gears plenty of times, so he's been there and done that for pretty much a lot of things, and they're running out of things, and I don't think they can do much more with them anymore. So, you know, that's all I can really say about that. So, they don't have much use for him.
That's the sad thing about it. I think Big Show is one of those superstars that is suffering because of the WWE changing, because of the business changing, because of, you know, it not being as edgy, as aggressive. He's out of his element. I think my friend John said it best. When Big Show is in that element that is destructive and anything can happen, like ECW, because I thought his ECW championship run was fantastic. Because
I think Big Show would have flourished in the real ECW.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He would have killed people in the real ECW.
God damn. You know, that whole world of anything can happen, anything in mass destruction and stuff like that, that's what Big Show needs to be. But now we're in a product where they can barely do anything unless it's written on a paper. He has to go out there and pretty much do what he can only do. Be big and wrestle. And he has to rely on his personality, which can only get him so far. Because his personality is not horrible. He has a personality, but it's not the best. And I guess that's why I feel like he's suffering. So to me, if anything needs to change, it's WWE. If I'm going to take the Big Show seriously. So at this point in time, I'm leaning towards retire more than anything else. How about that?
I think the longer he stays at this point, it's just going to get sadder.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think we want to be putting even though we've lost interest in him, I still don't think we're at the point where we want to be talking about Big Show in the same conversations as we talk about people like Flair and people like Hogan, etc. Like, I would rather, even just for my own respect for the guy, I would rather see him retire than have him end up in that conversation.
Anything else you want to say about this, guys?
I'm pretty much good, man.
Okay.
I'm done.